Hi everyone, welcome back to TS Talks. Hope you're all doing good, keeping safe, all of that good stuff. Now in this one, today's topic, I'm talking about a couple of things which, all kind of link into one another. So of course, with everything going on in terms of the whole coronavirus pandemic, TfL have implemented, certain things on how to cope with it. Obviously, the government have put in about how, we need to social distance and, 2 meters or now, as the Pratt has said, 1 meter plus. And, Transport for London have responded to this by doing things such as you having to wear a face mask is compulsory and stuff. And, I spoke about that before. But one thing that they've done, and I presume it's happening outside of London also, but one thing that's happened within London, which I think is absolutely, to some extent, ridiculous, is where most roads, even some narrow roads, like they've been narrowed, and it's literally the sign will say narrowed to aid social distancing on the pavement. And I'm just like, come on, you gotta be a bit realistic with this sort of stuff. I'll give you an example, the image above, the top one on the left is a cycle lane, which they've implemented on Park Lane. Now, anyone that knows Park Lane, it's literally right next to Hyde Park. Hyde Park has a cycle lane that goes right through the middle of it. And what they've decided to do is lock off this, I'm sure it's either a 3 or 4 lane road. Now, I drive on it quite a bit, but it's they've locked off this 3 lane road, which was 40 miles per hour, down to a 1 lane road and a bus lane, so that they could put in this 2-way cycle lane and then slow down the traffic to 20 miles per hour. And all it's done is just create traffic. And then it's oh yeah, social distancing, encouraging people to cycle and whatnot. But there's a cycle lane in the park right next to it. And I've even seen some cab drivers say it's pointless. You've just made the road worse than it was before. And for me, I feel this is something that they've wanted to do for some time in London, especially. I feel they've actually wanted to, reduce the amount of cars that come into London, and things like what they've done in terms of upping the congestion charge to £15 a day, and it being from, 7 in the morning to 10 at night, 7 days a week. And, the way they're making most roads now 20 miles per hour is it's like a deterrent to be actually, if you come into London, you're either going to pay, ridiculous money to drive into London, and, most of the time you're going to be stuck in traffic. So you're probably better off on public transport. But this is the same public transport that, Boris is saying to avoid unless you need to use it. So, I feel all of it's a bit ridiculous. I think, parts of it is they just want to, trying to turn London into Amsterdam. I don't think London, the way it's set up, has the capacity to do so. And I think they just do things just for the sake of doing it. I don't actually see the benefits of locking off a road in terms of its capacity and speed just to create traffic. I don't think that's beneficial in any way, shape or form. But, I just thought I'd speak on it because obviously it's something that, it's come across my mind to something to speak about of recent. And I think it's a bit ridiculous, I understand everyone says you got to keep this distance and whatnot, but truth be told, man, even in the supermarkets and that no more, ain't no one care about that, man. Everyone's trying to get back to normality, just like I spoke about in the previous video, pubs and that are back open. I don't see how putting an additional cycle lane in is really going to do anything to benefit this whole social distancing thing. And some of the roads they put cycle lanes on, the cyclist eventually gets locked off by a bus stop. On that Park Lane one, it works, but it's ridiculous because there's another cycle lane right next to it. But in some areas, they've literally, got rid of all these innocent parking spaces for on the main road and made a cycle lane, which, the cyclists, I think every other, probably 300-400 yards, has got a mix of the traffic because there's a bus stop, and eventually you're going to encounter a big double-decker bus. So it's a bit stupid, but, I just thought I'd speak on it. And yeah, man, to me, I think it's a whole load of nonsense, waste of money, to be honest with you also. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section below. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button now, and I'll catch you next time.